Welcome to EdLab Productions, brought to you by ISG. Today, we're going to be talking about WordWall. WordWall is a tool you can use to create both interactive and printable retrieval activities in under 5 minutes. You can easily create highly engaging digital games to review content. And guess what? All games even work on the iPad. So let's jump in and get started. So first, what we're going to need to do is we are going to need to visit wordwall.net. So on any web browser, you're going to visit wordwall.net. If it is your first time visiting WordWall, you will need to click sign up. So right here, sign up to start creating. Once we click sign up, we want to sign in with Google. Since we are a Google school, everybody has a Google account. Sign in with Google. You will select your account to sign in. Once you have been signed in, you will come to a page that says create your first activity now. Once you click on create your first activity, you will be brought to the menu for all of the templates you can use to create your interactive activities. As a word of caution, with the free version, you can only create 5 activities. We'll get more into that later, though, how you can get around that. Each template has an explanation underneath it. You will want to pick a template that matches with the type of activity you want your students to complete. For example, if you want students to study vocabulary words, you may want to select Matchup. As Matchup says, drag and drop each keyword next to its definition. That would be a perfect fit. However, if you want students to label parts of a system, you may want to pick Labeled Diagram, because this is actually going to be allowing them to label the parts of your system. The best part about WordWall is when you pick a template, you're not stuck with that template. The program will allow you to switch to other templates that are similar with a click of a button, which once again, I'll show more of that later. For today, what we're going to do is I want to pick a template that allows students to identify common multiples of 2 numbers. So I'm going to pick the whack-a-mole template. Once I pick a template, now I have to actually enter the content that I want students to then see. To name this activity common multiples. I'm also going to give the student some instruction by hitting that plus sign. I have to give at least 5 correct answers and 5 incorrect answers. So I need to figure out which multiples of 3 and 4 do I want. You can also add images if you wanted. So if you wanted to use something else, so say you were doing another topic, social studies, and they had to hit the moles that represented the Civil War, you could add different pictures in, and then they could actually have pictures on them. If you notice also, while I'm typing, I can do superscript, subscript, and also any symbols. So if you wanted to do something with exponents, you could. They have all sorts of symbols and things that you can use to then make correct and incorrect answers. Once you have at least 5 correct and 5 incorrect, we're going to tap done. You now have whack-a-mole common multiples, hit the moles that have common multiples of 3 and 4. So exactly what created. Let's go ahead and check out what it looks like. Hit the moles that have the common multiples of 3 and 4. I get a check mark if I get it correct, so automatic feedback. Now watch what happens if I click one that's incorrect. Automatic feedback, it's wrong. You can also scroll down and say if you wanted to play one for Christmas. Watch the difference. So now we have a Christmas version. We can also set a timer if you wanted multiple levels in the game, so that way once they get so many, it goes ahead and goes to the multiple levels. You can do that. You can give them extra time. And there's also a leaderboard down here at the bottom. That's how you create an activity in WordWall. However, you might be thinking, well, what if I want to change it from common multiples to something else? All you would have to do is you'd create edit content. It brings me right back to this edit content menu, and I could change it. So instead of common multiples, maybe now we're working on common factors, or we're working on something else in math. That way, remember how I told you there's a way around the 5 activities. This way, you can just keep using the same activity and it doesn't add up to another new activity that you created. Once you're finished, same thing, you'd come down here, hit done. Also, remember what else I said, that you can switch between the templates very easily. So over here on the right-hand side, if you notice, it actually gives you the different interactive templates that work just the same as Whack-A-Mole. So I could switch it to a group sort, true or false, airplane, balloon pop. And if I click show all, it's going to tell me all the ones that work with what I already have set up. So let's say, you know what, I want to switch to this maze chase. This does not count as a separate activity either. But this one, look, I can change to spooky, whiteboard, Christmas, or space. I also can identify the number of lives the students have, how much time they have. They're giving me the number 3. I have to make Santa, is 3 a common multiple of 3 and 4? If it's not, I am going to direct him to the incorrect while avoiding the monsters. And once again, automatic feedback tells me if I'm right or wrong. We've talked about how to create and how to play a sample, but the whole point of WordWall is to get this activity in front of our students. In order to do that, you need to tap Set Assignment. But before we do that, just make sure that whatever template you have selected on the right, it's also up here at the top. This is what activity the students are going to actually be completing. If you want them to play the airplane game, make sure you have airplane selected to the right. If you want to change it to something else, please change it before you tap Set Assignment. Once I tap Set Assignment, I will give the assignment a name. I chose to give this assignment Common Multiples Period 1. So that way I know exactly which students are going to be completing this particular assignment. Make sure that Enter Name is selected. Finally, you will click Start. Once you click Start, you will receive a URL. You would copy this. If you have a Canvas course, you would post this to your Canvas course. If you prefer, you can also click the QR code button and you receive a QR code that the students can scan to then play your activity. Now we will see what it looks like from the student end. The student will visit the URL that you have posted in Canvas or scanned the QR code. This is the site that they will come to. The first thing they will need to do is enter their name. Start. They do not have any of the menu that you have. It just looks like the sample that you got to see on your end. This is the airplane game. They have to click whether it's correct or incorrect and make Santa fly through the clouds. They look at the number at the bottom. So 3 would be incorrect. So I'm going to bring him through here. You've created an activity. Students have completed it, but now you want to see their results. If you look at the top menu bar, you will need to click My Results. You will see the assignments you have created on this page. For today, I'm going to click on the assignment that is labeled Common Multiples Period 1. That is what I named it when I assigned it to the students. It brings me right to the results page, which is what this is going to look like. It will tell you the number of students that have completed your activity, the average score that they received, the top score and who scored that top score, and the fastest time. That is not all you will see. Once you scroll down, there's a nice bar graph that gives you correct or incorrect by question, and also a score distribution chart. If we continue scrolling down, we get to this table that gives us the results by question. So if I want to know what question 1 was, it's 12 was the answer. One person got it correct, one person incorrect. And if I hit the arrow next to that number, it tells me how the students did. If I continue scrolling down, I can drill down to the results by student individually. So I would click the arrow next to their name, and now I can see how Laura did on this assignment, which ones that she got correct or incorrect. And there you have it, folks. WordWall, from creating to assigning to getting those results. Until next time, I'm Laura from the ISG signing off. Have a great day.